Hello everybody, welcome to episode 81 of the Contest Realm podcast. If you don't know already, we're available on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify and iTunes, but you're probably listening on those particular areas. Make sure to follow or like or do whatever you need to do to help out the podcast on those platforms. Also, I am joined every week by my co-host, which is Dan of Frontline MCOC, who you can find at www.frontlinemcc.home.blog and on Twitter, which I'm currently avoiding under the title at Frontline MCOC. Dan, why would anybody want to avoid Twitter at the moment?
Cause Twitter has no chill with the Spider-Man spoilers.
Damn bloody
Zero
right.
chill. And it's like, hey, I just saw the movie that came out 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago. Here you go.
Yeah.
You gotta stay away from the Twitter. You gotta be in your bubble. I'm seeing Spider-Man on Tuesday, so I gotta hang out for a few more days and try to keep myself from accidentally running into any information I don't want to see, because I got to get through this weekend to work, and then after that I'm catching up on a bunch of MCU stuff. I got to see Shang-Chi on Disney Plus. I got to see Eternals. I got to see Spider-Man and get caught up in the MCU stuff that I have been slacking on this fall. So just a few more days, but yeah, the internet. The internet is getting very aggressive with the spoilers. YouTube, you got to be careful with the YouTube too.
Damn right, yeah. We got to do like a dissection thing. We'll have to, close to Christmas time, when when we kind of like got a bit caught up, we might have to do like kind of little section breakdowns of things. Maybe if we kind of like we time it right, we could do a Spider-Man No Way Home spoiler kind of edition that will release. You know, because I got a bit of chill to kind of not go, oh, here's 1 week after, 2 weeks after, like maybe 2 to 3 weeks after.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. You gotta give people time to see the movie. Let people enjoy the movie. Then we'll talk about it. I know we're all excited, but it's like let people enjoy the movie first.
Damn right. How has your Christmas shopping been going, and are you prepared for Christmas?
I am prepared for Christmas. I just picked the last few things off the little dude's Amazon wish list that the relatives had not picked up. So he's got a couple Nintendo Switch things coming his way. I saw that someone bought him Smash Brothers, so I got a second controller because I know he's going to want to play team ups in Smash. I got him a Kirby Star something, maybe Kirby Starfighter something.
Nice.
Some Kirby Switch game. He was super excited about.
We've been interested to get the Switch.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think we might get it. Like, that would be cool. Like, imagine that we could like triangulate a good time and kind of. What's a good like game to play with kind of like several people? Let's say 4 people.
I don't know, because we've just been playing like local stuff. We do a lot of Minecraft, although I know you can do that over the network. And what's the other one? Oh, he does Super Mario Maker. He's like super into making levels on,
that's
on
cool.
Super Mario Maker and having me play them and having me die. I made this so hard. It's like, it's just the fire cannons. Like, he's like, they retract. And I was like, yeah, but there's like 50 in a row. So, yeah. So we've been doing that. We got the tree up.
Nice.
We're ready to go, Rich. We're in a festive mood. It's lots of Christmas shows at work this week. So
nice.
plenty of Santa Claus in my life.
There's gonna be a point where just we're like, ho ho, no.
I can understand being jaded, but after a year of not doing shows and missing the holidays entirely, I am totally okay with it.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. There needs to be some, like, after 2020, 2021 needs to have some kind of like holiday vibes to it and just kind of good spirit, because what it's been. Oh dear, yeah. I think I'm pretty much done. I've got to wrap some final bits. I'm just now kind of preparing what videos I'm going to be making over next week, because I'm going to be like bulk creating content to then put out for about 3 days.
So you can actually have a break.
I say break. I'm gonna be on the day after Christmas the entire day editing my wedding video.
Oh, jeez.
That's not the one that ones I put out for like YouTube. Like there will be like
Yeah.
a private one I created. Like it's going to be for just
Right.
me and family and stuff. But that's going to be like that's a full day. I've kind of budgeted for that. Also, I'm working on something for a company which I'm not allowed to talk about because I'm NDA'd. Not something associated with a YouTube channel, but something that I'm working on. I don't know what's going to come of that, but I can't talk about anymore because I'm NDA'd out of my ass. But that's kind of like I've budgeted 16 hours of work, which will take over, maybe even more. That will take over 2 days of 2 weeks time. So it's kind of like having a break, but then not having a break. I definitely want to kind of do more crystal openings to kind of like just chill and also get back to kind of like multi-angle stuff that I can just go like, oh, here's a crystal opening that's presented without me having to rush around, but it's like it's got a good vibe. I can laugh, I
Yeah.
can joke, and those are the things that I quite like. But in any case, that's Christmas. Oh, and me and you we're gonna try and work to get next week recording some really kind of cool yearly review content, aren't we?
Yeah, we're gonna do some yearly recaps, some probably some best lists, some maybe a few worst lists. We'll see what kind of mood we're in. But yeah, do some big like yearly recaps. Talk about the champs. Talk about the events. Maybe talk about what we're hoping to see in 2022, and just kind of give you guys some end of the year content to enjoy during the holiday break.
Absolutely, and it's like if you're, and one thing I think will be kind of emphasis on the uploads. Like if we'll probably put something out on Christmas Day and around it's just to say like, look, if you're alone at Christmas and just by yourself and like maybe you're not planning to see anybody and stuff, then we're gonna be there with you. It's kind of in a weird kind of way,
maybe
but
you're going to be on the road.
yeah, on
Maybe
the
you got a
road,
long drive.
yeah,
So,
and
yep,
you've got us in your
that's right.
festive ears, so.
Yes.
In any case, we've got to start the show of coverage, and as next month's info, which I think shocked us a little bit, that Kabam announced this. So we're recording this on Friday morning, and there's going to be like a Friday evening or Canadian morning announcement that January's events, Dan.
Yeah, this is crazy that apparently they wanted to get this news out before the holidays, and I'm sure they're dealing with people's vacation schedules over the next couple weeks and wanted to get this out. But we are getting the January side quest info right now, and we got a little CCP preview of it. And the big headline is Strikers finally going live in game
Yeah,
with this side quest. So you're going to be able to test out the Strikers feature in the January side quest, which is all X-Men Savage Land themed.
yeah,
So as far as the side quest itself, seems pretty straightforward. Normal quest setup. Gonna unlock one quest each week. So when you complete quest 1, quest 2 will not be active
yeah.
immediately. You have to wait for the next week. And we do have keys that you have to collect, compasses.
Oh
Uh,
no.
yes. So
No, no, do you know what?
the
I'm looking forward to it.
yeah, no, it looks like it's going to be okay. You get one compass in the mail. You get it looks like you get another one on completion, and then there's a couple X-Men solo events
Yeah,
which you have to complete to get the other ones, but they don't look too bad because it's just like beat mutants, win fights with X-Men. You should be able to naturally do that unless the milestones are egregious.
yeah,
That's not like defeat a science champion with a skill champion on the 4th light attack.
yeah.
Like you should be able to do that. But the big news is the strikers feature, Rich. And have you looked at how this is gonna function? It looks like they're just kind of like dipping their toes in the water with this.
No, completely. Like, cause when we saw this last, it was hard to know what was going to happen here. Whether or not there's like a kind of a companion summoning type feature where you just kind of summon them to do X attack or
Yeah.
X this and X. But this one, it looks like some sort of buff based system or debuff based system.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's what you were talking about, where you've got sort of this teammate to tag in, but it's just for at least in this quest, it looks like it's just going to grant a buff to your attacker or a debuff to the defender. So how it's going to work is each quest is going to have a unique striker. So Colossus is going to be the striker for quest 1. He's going to grant your attacker an unblockable buff. That sounds nice. Quest 2, Wolverine. He's going to grant the attacker a regen buff. Also okay. Quest 3, Hulk. Inflicts the defender with a weakness debuff. That's kind of unless there's a need in the quest to have a weakness debuff.
Yeah.
And Juggernaut will, as you might expect, grants your attacker an unblockable buff. So what's important to know is there's going to be a new button to trigger the striker, and the striker is going to be available to you at the top of the quest, and you're going to be able to summon them. And then after you do that, it looks like you have to like restore their power meter before you can use them again. So you're not going to be able to spam the striker.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my GIF of a strikers, because I did have
from when they like first teased it. Wasn't it like
Yeah.
Cable or Gambit or something?
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
remember.
I'm trying to see it like if I left it on my system, but I
This would have been
don't
from
know.
like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy.
this thing's been floating around for a while. So it's important to know that like your roster does not impact these strikers.
Yeah.
Right. So like you don't need to have Colossus on your roster to use him as a striker, and the power level of your Colossus has no impact on the power level of your striker. So you could have a rank 3 Sig 200 Colossus. It doesn't matter. They're all tuned to the quest difficulty.
That's good. I think
so
it's going to be
everyone can participate.
Yeah, I think it's going to be exciting to see this return, but I think it's the same way as like the root mechanic like was first tested out, similar thing, like going, okay, well here it is. And as you said, it's like we're dipping our toes a little bit. I'm excited to see this. There was somebody in my live stream a couple of days ago that said about when are we going to see the next like in-fight mechanic similar to the root mechanic, and this is basically it. And whether or not they'll go down the route of saying, oh well, strikers are going to be like the root mechanic, we're going to start putting them onto champion abilities the same way they've just done this with Craven. I don't know, like I'd like the idea of this as being more readily available, so you could, I don't know, take on more difficult content and going, there's a like a socketed thing. And I don't know if this was what relics were meant to be. Like relics were meant to give elements of you the ability to have strikers or amplify.
I don't know, maybe
it's yeah, I don't, yeah, I'm kind of like,
this is clearly like a live beta kind of thing, right? Like we're gonna put it in one section of the game only for 1 month only. That's temporary content, and see what happens, right? And go from there. So this is sort of the live the live beta for strikers, and I think I said it in my post, like this event's probably gonna sink or swim based on how these strikers work and whether people like them or not.
Yeah. I like the idea of it the same way that I'm happy with what Kabam have done with Craven, because I've just felt that a lot of champions of 2021 have either been like copy paste with maybe a little extra abilities wise added on, in the same way with like wanting to see something a little bit more fresh with the game, and this does feel like it's like it's a fresher element of mechanic.
This is something new, and I think we're looking for that. So I think I'm excited to see how this works and the potential for it long term. I feel like they're just kind of dipping their toes in the water with it right now, but you gotta start somewhere, and honestly, I'd rather have them release something like this in a side quest rather than just putting it in game and allowing it everywhere, and not knowing whether or not that's gonna unbalance stuff or how that's gonna work.
Yeah, that's true.
We do get a limited crystal
Yep.
as usual. Actually, kind of a small pool. Anthropomorphic crystal, easy for me to say, harder for me to spell. Dragon Man, Hit Monkey, Mole Man, Spider Ham, Tigra in there. There's some okay champs and there's some good champs in there. There's
Mm,
not a ton. There's no like 6-star Hyperion debut.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
there's some champs in there. You pull a 6-star Dragon Man or Hit Monkey or Tigra, you're having a good day.
Yeah. Just wait for that Rocket or Rhino, and then hoping for that buff to come. God,
Yeah,
that's gonna be
exactly.
solid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rhino is definitely the is definitely on the downside of that crystal pool, and Beast as well. Yeah,
Damn
yeah.
right.
There's some pretty good ones in there, but there's a couple where we just like new.
So Dan, it's coming up
Yes,
to Christmas, and
Christmas.
we all know what we're gonna see on Monday, Tuesday, and Christmas Eve, the 24th. All these kind of fantastic gifts, prizes, and gifting, and greater gifting
Yes.
crystals. It's an exciting week next week.
I know. I'm pumped for next week. I've got a lot of units saved up for gifting.
Yeah,
This has been a year where I've decided I was going to prioritize my unit saving a little bit more for gifting, and honestly, some of the sales, especially Cyber Weekend, made that easy to do.
yeah,
Where I didn't want to drop 18,000 units on what was on offer. So yeah, so I'm excited for gifting and seeing what that does to my account. I think we're all waiting on the crystals to
yeah,
see what's in there, to see if they add in Scarlet Witch Sigil, which I've predicted, or another new champion to go with Kang or Thanos. That's kind of a trophy.
yeah.
And then, of course, gifting will hopefully not bring the usual shenanigans, but let's be honest, there'll be something because it's gifting. And they'll probably be like, you know, the equivalent of like a full rank 4 for the number 1 alliance. So people are going
Yeah.
to go insane. But there's going to be something to make those whales wail.
Yep.
Holiday calendar. I think this is a 14-day calendar.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
that should be fun, right? We would expect that to be
Yep.
progression based.
Yep.
And I think this is one people are really curious about, the pick your own gift. Any predictions on that, Rich?
Oh, this is going to be a tough one to go and predict, but it's either going to be what is on offer for Thronebreaker players, for Cavalier players, top end. Is it going to see something that is better than what is on offer from, say, Thronebreaker Anniversary calendar, which actually was pretty good if you compare it to like
Yeah.
the other ones we've seen in the past. The 7 day one, which today got a 25% at the point of recording this video, 25% tier 5 class catalyst, and through the week like one full 6-star,
Yeah.
as well as
6-star. It's
as
pretty
well as
good.
that. So will Kabam go down the route of a gift pack rather than a singular item? Because from a singular item standpoint, if you're a Thronebreaker, there's going to be, I think we've kind of gone over this so much, but it's like a top end and bottom end. If you're a top end of Thronebreaker, you're going to be looking for your tier 6 basics, your tier 3 alpha, and
Yep.
your 6-star awakening gems,
Your 6-star Sig Stones.
6-star sig
and
stones.
that stuff. You're more focused on rank up, sig up. So
Yeah.
it might be nice if it's supposed to be a store, right?
Yeah.
So I imagine that implies some level of choice on the player's part. So
Absolutely.
hopefully there'll be a few different lanes to go down as far as the gift, whether it's just one item that you can pick. But some people want shards, some people want those rank up materials, some people want the
Absolutely.
sig stones. So I think if it goes down those options and you can kind of pick your lane, I think we'll be okay,
Yeah.
because there should be something in there that you like.
That's what I think it is going to be. It's going to be ticking boxes. Because I think that's the problem Kabam have, is keeping everybody happy, and the difficulty between like who is top end of Thronebreaker that's already 100%ed all the content and is just waiting for more opportunities to rank 4 champions. Those that are new to Thronebreaker, who have established rosters but are looking to add more tier 3 6-stars to their roster. and being able to kind of like do more content, increase their prestige, and think about their next gains within game. So Kabam have got to, and the same thing for Cavalier. Those that from Cavalier looking to be Thronebreaker and need more of those rank 3 6-star materials. There's so many different places Kabam have got to hit, so they've kind of not made it easy for themselves to do, but at the same time they need to identify with their player base, as you said and as I said, to have a smorgasbord of festive delights to choose from for wherever you're at for your progression.
Yeah,
so
no, I'm excited for it. Just remember, you got to spend that gift card when you get it in the inbox quick.
Oh, yeah.
You've only got 48 hours to use it. So this is, this is not a situation where you can hoard.
Oh God, no.
do not wait. Hopefully Brian Grant does not wait until 2 minutes left to spend the holiday card and give us all a heart attack, as he's prone to do with these things. And we do usually see Christmas Day deals from MCOC. They're not the greatest deals.
No.
But if you're going to be buying units for gifting and you haven't already, you should wait until Christmas to see what they put out, because you'll get some extra stuff. It's usually heavily shard based. But if do you want units or do you want units plus more stuff? So
I'm predicting that's going to be Cavalier Nexuses. I've got a feeling about that.
Ooh,
because
that could make for some spicy openings.
I would like to see it. I do pick them up from time to time because I just think they're probably for me the most funnest crystals that they've released. Now, granted, at the moment they have released these Cavalier Nexus crystals that are yearly specific. I've seen good pulls, I've seen terrible pulls with them. And for 600 units, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of like, I'm still very much on the fence with getting them. I may think about getting a 2021 one just for the vids to spice up my my Christmas Day opening. But at the same time, I would then have to grind out a further 600 units to replace my deficit. And at the moment, I'm working towards getting 9,000 units, which I'm nearly there. 9,000 units for the gifting event, and like you said, and that's good advice, is that if you are buying units, don't buy until the 25th of December, so Christmas Day, when they come out, because as you're absolutely right, you'll get added extras for your spend, which is what I'm going to be doing. And I've asked for iTunes vouchers or iTunes card for my one of the Christmas presents, so I'm like, yes, please give me that. I want to get the good stuff, please.
Yes, absolutely. Get those gift cards. If there's an MCOC player in your life, get them their iTunes or Google Play Store.
Or Google Play Store,
so they can have a Merry Christmas and take advantage of the deals.
Yeah, and then
get those sweet greater gifting crystals.
Yes, then do that. It's like, oh, thanks for that. Like, what did you do with those units in game? Great gifting crystals. Why? Because they're so good.
I gambled them. So I think that's gonna be it's gonna be a fun week. I think next week has the potential to be pretty wild, because we don't have, we don't know what's in the gifting crystals right now. We don't know what the solo and the milestones, solo and alliance milestones are for those events. So there is a lot of information to talk about.
Somebody did though. I've got to send you this. So the video for this has actually, whilst we've been recording, it's just gone out. Somebody sent a rumored greater gifting crystal contents. Now, at the point of recording this video and the point of like making the news video that I put out, it has not been categorically confirmed either real or fake. But I'm going with it's fake at the moment, just because it's too good to be true. So I've sent this to Dan so we can just have a quick kind of reaction to this, and I'm throwing it on screen.
I'm reading through it. I would very much bet that this is fake.
Yeah.
Because is unless they're doing something different and this is a Thronebreaker only crystal.
Yes.
There's no way.
No. The idea that they're giving out stuff that Kabam put as the most premium items, tier 3 catalyst fragments. 6-star awakening gems are still relatively premium, especially if we consider the way that they did the trade-in store. Trying to get those generics and kind of re-rolling stuff, it just felt that was too. It's still
and this
premium.
has no 4-star hero crystal shards in it, which have
Exactly.
always been in there.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, and say like, oh, I don't want 4-star shards. Well, I don't want them either. But like, if you know, these crystals in the past have been for everybody. So I don't, you know, if you're a conqueror, they help you out. So,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It's, you know,
I would still find it too odd to put in a 6-star Wolverine Weapon X again, because
I have a hard time believing that.
Yeah, I would want to go with the summoner sigil thing, because it's like it just makes more sense to have Scarlet Witch sigil as the other premium that the champions put in, because 6-star Wolverine has been more about, you know, rarity, a legends type thing.
Yes, exactly. That's been an in-game accomplishment, where Scarlet Witch sigil was just something you bought.
Yeah.
And putting her in the grifting crystals as well, that's still something you bought.
Exactly.
Versus the in-game, like you said, versus the in-game achievement of a Legends run for Wolverine Weapon X. Like, I think, I mean, listen, I'd love to have one.
Yeah, true.
But I think, I don't know. Putting him in the gifting crystals. I don't know. I don't think that works for me. Like, I think he should be something that you should have to earn. I like that. And I if I was someone that, you know, you did a Legends run and all that prep, and then like somebody's just like popping him out of a crystal, like, I don't know how good that feels.
Yeah, I've tried to, when this was like people were sending this to me on social media, pinging stuff, I did ask, like, where's the source for this? What is the, because that's one thing I do try and do, is find out, like, where did this come from? Who posted this? Are they a reputable source? Are they a not reputable source? Are they a data miner? Are they a leaker? Are they just some random person? What's the story behind this? And nobody could verify the source of it. And as well, they just that, and that's the disappointing side of things. Like with it, just going like, look, watch out for misinformation when it comes to this. And in the video I posted on Friday, it was a case of just going, look, you know, we got to dissect this a little bit to say, like, this seems a bit ridiculous at the moment. If it's too good to be true, it probably isn't.
Yeah, and this is like the easiest thing in the world to fake. It's just a text list of stuff. It's not like, oh, like, I have in-game footage of the animations. You know, it's like, let's just list a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll wait till the you know, the real one comes out, but you know, with something like the greater gifting crystals, where there's such an RNG element, like, I don't want to say it doesn't matter what's in the crystals, because it does, but it's not like you can target something. It's not.
No,
you know,
exactly.
like, how do I get 6-star Kang? It's like, you probably don't.
And that's the thing about drop rates. Like where's my, like, I've got, if you're watching on YouTube, and I'll kind of like say it for those listening, is that Chronic last year, Chronic, I can't say his second name particularly well, or the second part of it, but Chronic put an infographic together of the drop rates, which I'll just kind of like just ping a quick link to Dan on.
Oh, is this the one with the infinitesimal, like, oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
0.06% 6-star Kang Thanos.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like,
it's a good graphic though.
It is a great graphic.
And it does break it down really, really well.
But. Yeah. And it's just looking at that and going like, there's 9.5% chance to get 6-star shards. There's other stuff like that. I mean, yeah, how would they kind of like do this on percentage to say like there's a 0.05% chance to get a 6-star awakening gem? How much they load into that crystal is just going to be, I don't know how they would kind of do that. I know that Kabam should be looking to put in things that are going to entice players that are at the top end of Thronebreaker. That's a given. They'd be more interested to spend.
Yeah.
Some of the things, yes, I do agree. If it were to be true, which I don't think it is, if the rumored things are in that, then yeah, that would tick a lot of boxes for people who have Thronebreaker, done all the content, want to rank for some 6 stars. I think that's, you know, yes, this is exactly what they would want. But at the same time, like, I just don't know if Kabam want to overinflate this into the space, because you could have like very low players, old accounts, who may be kind of at the point of like gifting one another, getting some massive gains if they get lucky. And we've seen it before where level 10 accounts have picked up 6 stars. I've even heard of like some lots of tier 3 not tier 3, well yeah, tier 3, not tier 3, rank 3 6-star materials going into people's accounts as well from elements last year.
No, I mean I got some small amounts of tier 5 CC on my second account last year.
Yeah.
So, not that I could do anything with it, but it's still like, oh, like this is going to be useful.
Absolutely.
So at some point, but not anytime soon. So yeah, I mean, I imagine they're going to have to put some little bits of some of the rank 3, rank 4 materials in there. Now, whether they do that through the solo event and the milestones versus more of the crystals, it's that balance, right? Like you've got to keep the whales happy, but you can't, you can't make these crystals more overpowered than they already are for someone who's just crossed the level 40 threshold.
Absolutely,
for
yeah.
gifting. So, yeah, but we will see. There definitely should be some good stuff in there. But I don't know, the 6-star awakening gem crystal and the 6-star Wolverine weapon X are what really make me doubt what you sent me.
Absolutely.
So we will see, though. We will see.
Yep. Right. I think that's a lot of the MCOC portion of the podcast covered.
Yeah.
Which is good because we can go over now and talk a little bit about Hawkeye. What episodes are we talking about that you've seen?
We're going to talk about 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
So
okay.
Not the one that came out this week.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So episode 3 and 4. I just need to rejig my memory because I'm up to episode 5.
Episode 3 starts with the second half of the the cliffhanger, as they've been captured by the tracksuit mafia, and Kate has just fallen through the skylight window because she did not listen to Clint.
She never does.
she never does. She never does. Maybe by the end she will a little bit.
Yeah.
She's a lot of enthusiasm and not much listening right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, episode 3 is kind of discovering why Echo, isn't it? I can't remember the name. Maya.
It's really the introduction of Echo, who is a very interesting character. As she's a deaf character, but I think the most interesting part for those of us who like to speculate is Echo was introduced through the Daredevil universe and has huge connections to Daredevil and Kingpin, who it was a huge part in her development. And of course, watching this episode, you can't help but be intrigued by, after her father's death and the camera angles and that big hand and, all that kind of stuff, that we can't see who that is and who the higher power is. But based on the comic source material, there's a strong chance that it's Kingpin.
Yeah.
So, that part, very intriguing.
Mm-hmm. I definitely like some of the action footage in episode 3 in that warehouse.
There was a lot of fun. They broke out the trick arrows.
Oh yeah, that was good. That's the stuff that I was
fun. They had the Pym arrow.
Mm-hmm.
They had the USB arrow. They had all the good stuff, all the classic.
Yeah, I think that's the element of stuff that I like. I do like to see, apart from the story and kind of, because essentially it just feels like what we're doing in this mini series is explaining the extent of what Ronan has been up to during the blip, the impact of that, and the further impact that it has post blip. Now that everyone's back,
the consequences of Clint was clearly playing like a man who had nothing to lose during the blip. Yeah. And now he has a lot to lose. Yeah. So, he probably wasn't handling things the way he would have if his family had still been alive. Yeah. And that's, clearly that's coming back to haunt him.
Yeah, I think that's the nice element of the story. It also touches on a few things of like Hawkeye's damage over time, basically. And
Yeah,
is that
yeah,
episode 3 or episode 4? I think it's episode 3, where it's just like, well, how did you kind of like, hearing and stuff? Oh, I can think of a few reasons, or him being like
yeah. You
knocked
get the
around.
flashbacks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which I think is this is why this series I'm probably enjoying one of the, if not the most, but it's just for the Clint Barton things of kind of like
yeah.
very grounded and down to earth type elements.
Yeah, I mean, when, his hearing aid breaks and then his son calls
Yeah.
and Kate is, kind of translating on the fly so he can answer him. Like that's, as a dad, like that was some pretty rough stuff.
Yeah.
Like that hit me. That hit pretty hard, and I think Renner's doing just such an excellent job with that
Oh,
material.
absolutely. Yeah.
And it's kind of like, no, like, okay, I'm a real person. I know I fought Thanos and all this crazy stuff,
Yeah.
and was in the Avengers, but like, he's got that double life. Like he's a superhero, but he's also a dad, and that dad thing seems to be something that we haven't seen as much, but is like clearly, at least now, seems to be the most important thing. And the superhero stuff is just like, all right, well, I got to clean up my mess.
Yeah. Absolutely. I there's so many things I like about this series, and so much intrigue. And I'm not trying to like guessing a lot of stuff, but there's so much going on that I love. You got the is it Jack?
Jack.
And
So
what we learn,
the future stepfather.
yeah, which we
Like,
kind of
what's his game?
exactly. You've got when you go into episode 4, and you've got Yelena. That's in episode 4, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, oh, I have to be so careful.
Natasha's sister showing up at the end of episode 4,
Yeah.
really kind of ratcheting things up. And then, we talk about the intrigue. Like, clearly, there seems to be something more at work with Laura
Yeah.
than we had imagined. Like, she is not just hanging out at home with the kids.
No.
Or maybe she is, but that was not what she was doing in the past. Like,
No,
it
exactly.
clearly, they clearly seem to be hinting at something like where, Clint got her out, of something. Like, I don't know if she was, in Shield or whatever, but it seems like she has a bit of a background, and she knows what game's going on
Exactly. She seems to get
with
it.
Clint. So it's kind of like, in the comics, Clint was married to Mockingbird. They used the Mockingbird character in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so, we don't know, are they going with a new character? Are they kind of, or are they reintroducing that? I don't really know.
Yeah.
But it clearly seems like we could see Laura maybe kicking some butt in a later episode. So we will see. We will see. They're dangling a lot of plot threads and a
Yeah.
lot of teasers at us through the first 4 episodes. And, between the Kingpin stuff, who is Jack, Tracksuit Mafia, Laura, and Yelena showing up after, the tease at the end of the Black Widow movie, where she's clearly not happy with Clint.
No. I think this has been great as so many things. Like, it's bringing so many elements, so many different things have been drawn into what Hawkeye is up to. And I think it's good because it's then starting to bring things in to introduce stuff, or in some ways Netflix reintroduce ourselves, and so that can then go its own way as soon as possible, and hopefully more Disney Plus series, but also have all these. I'm hooked for the Marvel Cinematic Universe tie-ins, and also the future that and the possibilities, because you kind of think like, okay, well, if Yelena's back on the scene, what's going to happen? Is she going to be interested in being the new Black Widow down the line? Is she going to go off? Is she going to follow her kind of like her own path?
Are they doing a Thunderbolts thing with
Thunderbolts?
her? Which kind of seems like they are. And then, of course, you've got Kate and the Young Avengers potential, and there's a lot of stuff dangling out there, because you've got Kate that's been introduced, you've got Scarlet Witch's kids who are in the Young Avengers, and clearly, there's unanswered questions with those two.
Yeah.
After the end of WandaVision, So yeah, I mean they're playing an interesting game here where they're building out Clint's backstory. They're setting up a bunch of the future stuff with
Mm.
particularly Kate and Yelena. So yeah, I've been really hooked on this series just because, like you said, like it's grounded in that way.
Yeah.
And I guess I didn't realize how much I wanted a dad superhero show, but here we are.
Yeah, I think this is going to be like one of my top 5, maybe even like top 3 series, and the ones that we've reviewed in the past. I think Loki has been one that I remember quite well. I think that it's pretty amazing. And then there have been others like Captain America: Winter Soldier. No, sorry, Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
But this is just definitely up there, and I think as well because it's come out at the right time because it's like got a holiday feel to it as
Yeah,
well.
it's all Christmas themed.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it feels very present right now. But yeah, it's interesting how they can go back and forth between something like Loki, which is completely out there as far as like the multiverse, and you
Yeah.
never know what's going on and who's telling the truth, and something just like holiday, grounded New York City. Just a
Perfect.
couple archers dealing with the tracksuit mafia and the local LARPers club.
And that's the great thing, isn't it? It's just like there's a lot, and because it's
Yeah.
so grounded, it brings in other things that people are interested in and
Yeah.
think are just fun. So yeah, great series. I'm very much looking forward to the finale. Do you think you're gonna?
Only 2 episodes? Well, only 1 episode left if you've already seen episode 5. So yeah, it's we get these Disney Plus series for such a short amount of time, but that's why we appreciate them.
Yeah. Which when do you think you might be able to watch? Will you watch the finale next week? Were you trying to do like a double binge
Yeah,
watch or?
I'll have time because I'll be off work next week, so I'll be able to watch that like
Nice.
probably Wednesday morning as soon as I wake up. Send the little dude off to school because he's
Nice.
got to go to school. I don't have to go to work, and then sit down for some Hawkeye season finale. So I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic. I think we're going to
Yeah.
do the same as well. I'm going to try and avoid Twitter on Wednesday,
Yep.
and then we'll probably watch it as we normally do with a bit of dinner. And I'm very much looking forward to it. I think there's going to be an amazing end. But there's a lot of things in this week. It's all about avoiding spoilers as best we can.
Yeah. Be careful with your internets, people.
Yeah, bloody internet. Right, yeah, I think that's a good chunk of the podcast is being kind of recorded, and I don't know if there's anything more to kind of go over. I mean, we're still trying to hammer out what we're going to do for our festive shows because we'll take a little break going into January. Like, we'll figure out something. Maybe we'll do something like about the Disney Plus series and maybe MCU
Yeah, I would.
stuff.
I kind of want to do a recap of that and kind of the year in the MCU stuff and maybe look a little bit ahead about what we're most excited about next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would be. I think that'd be some fun stuff.
Yeah, because we can do like a little kind of 30 to 40. I think we're going to do a lot of recording in one kind of like either one session or over several days. It's like break them down into little episodes that then we like just pump out. The festive episodes. I don't know what to call it, like festive sessions or something. Contest around festive sessions. In any case,
Yep.
anything you're up to next week apart from rushing our last little bits for Christmas?
I'm just just the Christmas stuff, family stuff. Gonna be popping those greater gifting crystals.
Oh yeah,
And watching a lot of superhero movies.
good.
Next week, just kind of taking a moment to pause from what's been a crazy year and hopefully slow down, unwind, and just get a little time to kind of hit the pause button on work and clear my head.
Damn right. Yeah, I would like to say it's a bit of the same. I think I'm just going to be... There's some stuff that I want to just relax into next week and just do a load of crystal openings because I just kind of feel like it's nice to kind of like do a lot of labor intensive stuff, and I've got ideas for very labor intensive things, especially the gifting event. I've got probably about 4 to 5 videos that I want to make around it, and then gift and the crystals and stuff, and then there'll be the dissection of what we get next Friday, and then I need to put the pause button on and just kind of like just have about 3 days off to then kind of come back a bit more kind of refreshed before I got to edit my wedding video and other work. But got to get some time off, Dan. That's what I've got to do.
That is right, Rich. We all, I was thinking, New Year's Eve 2020, we were all like 2021, out with 2020, in with 2021 is going to be so great. Like, this was a tough year for everybody.
Yeah.
So, if you're feeling it, right now, like, I think everyone's in the same boat. Like, hit the pause button, take a little time for yourself, do some stuff you enjoy while you get the time to do that. Cause it's been a long road.
Damn right. Right, and on that note, that's been the podcast. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and we will see you in the festive sessions coming in next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye for now.